Hi, welcome to another Black Bikes Babble. It's ugly, isn't it? This time from two different locations. That has a couple of reasons. One being that I was interrupted at my first location. The second was I forgot a bunch of things. And the third is I'm still in the same state. When you think Washington State, you think like endless woods and mountains. This is quite something. Let me show you. Let me get you out of Clara. This is also Washington State. So I had a bit of a gnarly fall the other day on my mountain bike, and it would have been not a problem at all because I, for the most part, know how to fall, the whole tuck and roll thing. Car. Oh, it's UPS. Jeez, okay. UPS delivers out here, apparently. So I'm at this steep, fairly technical section and I lose my front wheel and I go over the handlebars. I had my helmet cam on, and here's a public service announcement. This is how I had my helmet cam on. And the problem with this setup is when you hit the ground and you want to tuck and roll, you can't. So as I'm going down, hands out, my chin is in, and I'm trying to roll, your entire body is getting ready to roll, except this here, when this hits the ground, it over-rotates you in the back, but your entire body is in the rolling position, so it just jackknives really badly. So that's what happened. Hurt. Bad. So two things if you do this with your helmet cam. Thing number one, don't. But if you have to, because I get it, it's a good angle. It shows the technicality of stuff and it follows where you look. So it's really interesting if you're plotting your line or if you really look down a very technical feature. That's a great camera angle to have. But don't do what I did, which is lock this screw. Because now this guy doesn't move. You want this to be fairly open and loose. Yes, you'll risk that like a whip of a branch or something will unfocus it. But also, when you try to tuck and roll, it'll fold away. So either keep this fairly loose or open, or don't have it stick out on the top, have it stick out in the front. Like so. Right? So now when you tug and roll, you land like straight on it, but it's an action cam. It's supposed to take that beat and still have it loose so it can still fold away as you roll. Don't have it up there and lock it. This is what I did, and I nearly knocked myself out of commission. So getting hurt on a road trip is, first of all, obviously scary because you're all by yourself and you're far away from home. It's also a little problematic because where you live, you know somebody who can massage you. You have this friend who has a friend who is a chiropractor. You know where to go, or you know who to ask if you need, something cracked back into place. You have a way of dealing with things easy and quickly and cheaply that you don't have when you're on the road. Oh, and then there is obviously the small issue that you can't just have an hour-long hot shower over your neck. You're not sleeping in your own bed or your own mattress. Healing is a bit more of a process, and you have to actively do more things to get back into shape. And the other thing is, everything takes longer to heal once you pass a certain age. Getting hurt on a road trip while being past 40 just sucks. Just sucks. Now, I've ridden injured. A year ago or something, I cracked my rib. And everybody was like, oh my God, you got to go to the doctor and stuff. And I'm like, they just going to ask for a lot of money for an x-ray. And then they're going to tell me that my rib is cracked. And there's nothing you can do about a cracked rib other than rest. It's fine now. So I brush off things. You injure your spine, you want to be very careful. So I'm taking riding very, very easy now. I keep trying to follow up on the whole I jumped a spine issue. See what I did here? Spine. A spine is a feature in a BMX park that looks like so. It goes up and it goes down and it's a spine. The thing is, when you jump and you land a little stupid, you land a little nose heavy, you land a little botched, everything that I need to dampen with my hands while I'm still looking up, this hurts. So the second part to the spine video will be a little delayed, unfortunately. Just yesterday I was at a skate park and I tried to jump like small, perfect practice spines. Wasn't happening. I was so weary and tense and just scared of hurting myself again. Because obviously you learn how to jump a spine, you're probably gonna land nose heavy at least once or twice. And I just didn't want to risk it. Obviously what happens with your confidence, it's a pendulum, isn't it? You're not getting hurt, you're doing great, you're progressing, it's getting better, you dare more, you overdo it a little, you crash, and now it swings back. Swings back all the way to the bottom of, oh, I'm so scared, I'm really, really careful, I'm really, really careful. And you don't crash, and you keep going, and you push again, and you push again, and you push again, and you push again until you crash again. It's a pendulum that kind of sort of swings back and forth. And lately I have noticed that it swings a little slower and not as far. So there might be a stabilization at some point on my horizon. That'd be nice. We'll see about that. I'm fine. I'm healing. I can move. I have freedom of movement. I can look everywhere. I'm still a little sore and I'm still a little tense back there, but it's getting better quickly. It's interesting because so much in BMX depends on where you point your head at. Where you point your head at is where your bike will go. That's the key, the 180. You come up the ramp and you look through your arm all the way down to make your bike go down. So if you're a little stiff up there and you're careful with where you're looking, your riding is really bad. Next spot is going to be Doothie Park, just outside of Seattle, which also has a bunch of jump lines. Big shout out to Tess from Dusty Betty for pointing that one out. She was like, you have to go there. I have just reached the northernmost part of this road trip. I can nearly see Canada if I knew which way I'd have to look. I'm coming for you, Washington. I'm coming for you, Oregon, and obviously California. If you have any ideas where I absolutely have to go next and where I should be riding, then let me know in the comments. Big shout out to our patrons who make this possible, that I can just be out here and roam the country and find bike parks and find skate parks and ride them and take you guys with me. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please head over to patreon.com/blackbikes. Big shout out to everybody who is liking and commenting and subscribing. We have just gained a bunch new subscribers through the wonderful Ethan Feinschreiber channel. Huge shout out to the man and all you guys out there who subscribed. I'm super happy to have you here. This is a Babble. This is a little in-between upload between our regular Tuesday uploads where we discuss things that don't quite fit in a full video. So yeah, no matter what you're on a motorcycle, on a bicycle, are you in a bike park, are you in a skate park, do you just ride down the road? If you have this setup working for you, don't lock this screw. So yeah, don't get hurt on a road trip. Don't push too hard. I definitely pushed too hard. I was riding with another rider who's better than I am, and I pushed too hard. And you pay for it. Don't push too hard when you're on a road trip, I guess is the moral of the story. Thanks for listening to another Black Bikes Babble, and pedal hard.